Hello guys, welcome to my channel. This is Uday Pandit and you're watching MEP Technical World. In this video, we'll learn about basically how to calculate the fault current at LT side, which is secondary side of the transformer. So before we start this session, I would like to request you, if you are not yet subscribe my channel, please subscribe my channel and also hit the bell icon so you get notification regarding my upcoming videos. So let's get started. So basically what is fault current? So a fault current is an abnormal current which is generally occur due to the short circuit. Okay, so that is the fault current. If we look at here, so these are the three phase RYB where we have connected it load side, and at this condition this is normal. Now when the two phases touch to each other bared or naked side, that means it will get short circuit between R and Y. At that point fault current happen, means I current will be follow to this circuit. Okay, so this is called actually fault current. So what are the causes of the fault current? So these are the major causes of the fault current. Actually a loose connection at a terminal, wherever we terminating the cables, if we found any loose connection, due to that reason also in future short circuit will happen. Okay, a spark will happen and there will be fault current, huge current will follow. Okay, so this is also major causes of the fault current. Another one is overload for long period on live circuit. So this is means overloaded. If the capacity of the circuit is around 200 ampere, if we keep or applied load more than 200 ampere, let's say 300 amperes, so what happen actually, that is the that circuit would be overloaded. If we keep for long, over an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, then definitely it will get burst or burnt, and hence there will be fault occurred. Okay, another one is cable insulation failure. So this is also due to the mechanical damage. Even due to overloaded it will get burst, so this is the reason also it gets short circuited with each other, and there will be high much of flow of current in that circuit. The next wire carrying electricity collide with each other. This is generally in transmission line, low side transmission line 415 voltage. There is also chances of collide to each other. If any mechanical happened, anything, that much of current will also follow. Another one is dust and moisture. So due to the dust and moisture, it also fault will happen. So we ensure we have to clean the panel and terminals, cable terminals, dust free, even in moisture free. Now let's know the calculation steps. Basically these steps, if we follow, we can calculate the fault current at LT side of the transformer, that is secondary side of the terminal of the transformer. So in first step what we have to do, select the fault point. First we have to identify the fault point where it is happened. Then second, we have to take the transformer details from the nameplate which we have selected. So the null 3 parameter we have to consider during the calculation, which is rating of transformer, then secondary voltage of transformer, then percentage impedance of the transformer, and then third we have to calculate the full load current. Okay, so to know the full load current, what we have to do, this is the formula to calculate the full load current. So kVA into 1000 divided by square root 3 line to line voltage, that is secondary voltage. Now in step 4, finally we have to calculate the fault current IF, which will calculate according to this formula. FLA means full load ampere, which is full load current, into 100 divided by percentage impedance of the transformer. So these are the four steps generally we have to follow to calculate the fault current at transformer LT side terminal. Okay, now let's follow these steps to calculate the fault current. So here I have taken example. So this is the SLD which have a step down transformer generally 11 kV to 415 volt, and fault point is at secondary side here. So this is the secondary side which voltage level is 415 volt, and over here uh, if we look into over here, now we have to take the identify the transformer capacity and its secondary voltage and percentage impedance. Definitely we have to take it from transformer nameplate. So this is the make of ABB transformer. Here you can see, so rated power is 100 kVA. So transformer capacity 100 kVA, and then low voltage means secondary side voltage is 415 volt here, as you can see. Okay, another one is impedance. So you can see over here short circuit impedance over here 3.88%. so this is the short circuit current, short circuit impedance, that is percentage impedance of the transformer. So here we have taken all the values. Now in third step what we have to do, we have to calculate the full load current. So that is the formula kVA into 1000 divided by square root 3 into voltage line to line. So now let's keep the value, let's put the value. So kVA is how much, 100 kVA into 1000 divided by 1.732 is the value of a square root 3, and into 415 is the secondary voltage of the transformer which is at fault point. Now if we calculate, it will become 139 ampere. Okay, 139 ampere, 1.2 ampere. So this is the full load current. Now finally we have to calculate the fault current. So to calculate the fault current, then we have considered how much percentage impedance from the nameplate, 3.88%. Now this is the formula for fault current calculation. Now let's keep the value. So FLA is 139.12 into 100 divided by 3.8 is the percentage impedance. If you calculate how much, it will become 3585.56 amperes. So this much of current will be flow through circuited secondary side. So this much if there is no safety isolation like a breaker and earthing points, there will be huge loss of even connected load, even transformer will go and connected all load will be damaged. Okay, that's why so we have to consider the fault current as well in worst condition. So how much K, 3.5 K. So according to this much of fault current, we have to select the air circuit breaker or MCCB or MCB. Okay, breaking capacity means fault current. Even we have to select according to that earthing strip size according to this much of current value. Okay, so hope you guys understand about how to calculate the fault current at any side of the transformer terminal. So in next video definitely we'll consider the cable lengths and their impedance during the calculation of fault current, so that will transfer step by steps. Okay, in previous video I have already discussed about how to calculate the fault current at ST side, so I'll give the link in the description box to know more about ST fault current calculation. Okay, so thank you for watching this video. Please like, share, comments and subscribe, and also hit the bell icon so you'll get notification regarding my upcoming videos. Thank you very much. See you again in next video.